Good morning students, I am teacher Mariam and I'll be guiding you today about basics of algebra. One of my friends asked about making a video for this topic algebra that can help out students of class 5 and 6. So this is all about basics of algebra. Here is the content, definition of algebra, algebraic terms to understand, expressing algebraic statements into algebraic expressions. So in this lesson, we'll be covering these three attainment targets. Let's move forward. Yes, here is the definition of algebra. It's a field of mathematics which involves letters or symbols to express numbers and quantities in formulae and equations. Then it involves variables, coefficients and constants in this. So let me explain it to you that what does this definition mean. I'll give you a simple example that while texting on your cell phones, sometimes we use shorts of few words. So what's the purpose behind that? We use shorts or symbols just to shorten the words, just to text in a short way, in a simple way, and to avail the time properly. So same is the case within the field of algebra. We use different letters, alphabets, or you can say symbols instead of numbers. And then quantities in formula and equations, which are further being used in different type of formulas and equations as well. Then one more thing, that there are total three main terms which are being used within algebra. One is variable, second is coefficients, and third one is constants. These are very important terms within this field of mathematics. We'll be discussing in detail within the coming slides. Let's move forward. Yes, here it is, terms to understand. I'll be guiding you or describing you these three basic terms, variable, constant and coefficient, using this example. Let me show you this example within short screen. Yes, you need to focus on this highlighted expression. This is 5x plus 6y minus z plus 7. This is one algebraic expression, and I'll be describing you that what is the meaning of variable, constant and coefficient using this example. So let me start. Variable mean the terms which may vary. So in algebra, different type of letters or alphabets, you can say X, Y, Z or A, B, C, or it could be any other alphabet that represents such numbers in mathematics which may vary. This word variable comes from variation or vary, which means like numbers could be different. Many different numbers could be there which are represented by the letters or alphabets. Like if you take this letter X, so it could have different values. It could be 1, 2, it could be a -7, it could be a fraction. So you can assign any value to this variable. Same is the case with the other alphabets. So if you see this example over here, the alphabets being shown, these represent variables. So here in this one, X, Y and Z, these are the three variables. Then next is constant. Here you can see 7 within this example, it represents a constant. Now you need to understand what is the meaning of a constant. In algebraic expressions, the numbers which will be like not changing at all, which will not vary, it's opposite of the variable. Here 7 will remain 7. We cannot assign any other different value to this number 7. Fine. So that is why it is called a constant. Then another question may come in your mind, that whether the number 5 which is there in this expression, and then 6 is there, a -1 is there with z, so whether they are also constants? The answer is no. Why they are not being considered as constants? Because they are being multiplied with the variable. If you see 5, it is being multiplied with x, 6 is multiplied with y, and minus 1 is multiplied with z. So while multiplying with a variable which does have different values, you know that x may have different values, y may have different values, it's not a constant one. So while multiplied with a variable, this whole value will be not a fixed value, it may have different values. So that is why this 5, 6 and minus 1 will be not considered as constants. Only the term 7, which doesn't have any variable being multiplied with it or being divided with it. So that is why this 7 is constant. Then the next term is coefficient. The third term, that is also very important to understand in algebra, coefficient. Now in this case, let's move back. If you see the examples again, 5x, so 5 is considered to be coefficient of x, 6 is considered to be coefficient of y, and if someone asks you that what's the coefficient of the letter z, so here you can see there is no number written. When there is no number written being multiplied with any variable, it's a 1 always, and you can see the negative sign along, so it is a negative 1, that is coefficient of z. So this is very clear. Now you can see this one, and I hope you people can understand it, that 5 is coefficient of x, 6 is coefficient of y, and minus 1 is coefficient for z. So guys, I hope you people have understood now what's the meaning of variable and then constant and coefficient within algebra. Let's move forward. Yes, here is the next slide, and few more terms to understand in algebra. Algebraic expression. If you see this term, algebraic expression, you can see there is this expression written down, 5x plus 6y minus z plus 7. So this is called an algebraic expression. I can explain you it simply, that if someone asks you what is an algebraic expression, you need to just simply answer that when variables along with coefficients and constants are written along with the 4 of the operation, then this is called an algebraic expression. So this could be a definition of algebraic expression as well, and to make it easier for you, that an algebraic expression is such an expression in which few variables are there, then coefficients are also there, you can see constants also in algebraic expression, and then you can see 4 of the operations could be there, and you can see a positive sign, one of the 4 operation, negative sign is there, and you can see 6 and y, what's the operation in between both of them? It's a multiplication. When there is no sign, there is a multiplication between these two terms. Similarly, 5 and x are being multiplied, minus 1 and z are being multiplied, then 7 is a constant. So it's a combination of variables, coefficient, constants along with the 4 of operations. Then so I hope this you are clear about algebraic expressions, what they are. And one important thing to be understood here, that there will be no equal sign in between algebraic expression. You can see this one is algebraic expression and you can't see any equal sign here, it's not there. While moving towards equation, now this is the example of an equation, 2x is equal to 5 plus 2z. This is an equation, and there is a very slight difference between algebraic expression and equation. What is that? Can you identify it? Yes, only the difference is of equal sign. When an equal sign is being introduced within variables, coefficients and constants, then that is called an equation. So this is very simple and easier way to understand that what does mean by an equation. And this equal sign shows that whatever is written on the right hand side, that is equal to the left hand side. You can again assign different values to x, you can assign different values to z, but both sides are equal in all cases. Then there is another example I have written for you, y is equal to 2b. So here y and b are variables, 2 is coefficient, for b, 1 is coefficient for y, and there is no constant in this equation. And again you can identify easily that this is an equation, not an expression. Let's move forward. Like terms. This is another important term which is being used in algebra. If you take this example, 2x plus 6y minus x minus 4y. So what type of terms within this algebraic expression are called like terms? I will tell you. Here you can see this 2x is a term with a variable x. Then you will look for another term which does have the same variable. So you can see there is minus x is the next term which does have the same variable. So if you see this one, 2x and minus x, they both are like terms. Similarly, if I ask you or someone asks you that what is like term for this 6y, so you will try to find any term which does have the same variable. So here you can see minus 4y, it's the like term for 6y. And so you can group 6y with minus 4y, and you can group 2x with minus x. And one more thing, that why there is a need of understanding like terms, because while doing algebra we are to group the like terms together. Like if there is a question for simplifying an algebraic expression, so what you are supposed to do, that you will be looking for the like terms. 2x, yes, you can combine 2x with minus x, they could be subtracted together, and 6y and minus 4y, they could be simplified together. So that is done. And last thing is inequality. Inequality is also one important thing in algebra. Here you can see x less than 2y, and the next one is z greater than 2x. These are two examples for inequalities, and let me tell you what they mean actually. Here this symbol is very important. If it is you can see the position of the cursor. The closed mouth for this symbol, it shows smaller number or smaller value, and open mouth shows the bigger value. So whatever is written, and keep one thing in mind, that you are always to read the inequality from the left hand side. So you will read it like this: x less than 2y, z greater than 2x. So students sometimes get confused in it, that are we supposed to read it from, like sometimes they say 2y is greater than x. Yes, that is also right, but properly through proper channel, x is less than 2y. This is the proper way to read this inequality. Again, z, see the left hand side. And if you remember in your junior classes, you have done probably crocodile mouth activity. The open mouth of the crocodile, it shows the bigger value, and if you consider the closed end to be the closed mouth of crocodile, it shows the smaller value. So that is how you are supposed to read the inequalities. That is all. And let's move towards the next slide. Yes, this is the last slide of this lesson, expressing algebraic statements into algebraic expressions. This was the last target for this lesson. And what does it mean? That we are to express algebraic statements into algebraic expressions. It means that if we are being given a few algebraic statements, let me show you it in short screen. Yes, so if you are being given the algebraic statements like this one, sum of 2x and 3z, so you are to focus on the key terms here in the statement. What are the key terms here? Sum is the key term. So what you are supposed to do, they are asking, sum mean to add, fine, to plus something, to add something. What is to be added? 2x and 3z are to be added. So let me show you 2x, and then you will show the plus sign, and then 3z. So this is done. Yes, sum of 2x and 3z, I am highlighting the answer. This has been written as 2x plus 3z, and this is the algebraic expression. So we have converted sum of 2x and 3z into an algebraic expression. Then the next statement is product of 2x and 7y. So what they are asking, the key term here is product. Product means to multiply. Fine. It means whatever is given in the statement, that is to be multiplied together. So what is to be multiplied? 2x and 7y. And how to multiply them? As you know that 2 is coefficient of x and 7 is coefficient of y. So firstly you are to multiply coefficient together. 2 will be multiplied with 7. You will get a 14. Fine. Coefficients will be together multiplied and then xy will be written along. So this is the algebraic expression for this statement. Done. Then third one is divide 3ab by 2c. The key term here is divide. So division could be shown in fraction form. Fine. Then you can show it by the division symbol as well, and another way is there. I'll show you 3 of the ways. As 3ab, it is the numerator. It will be written this way, and 2c will be written in the denominator. So this is done. This is the required algebraic expression. Another way to write it as 3ab, you can show slash symbol and then 2c. This is another way to show the same expression. This is also correct, and again instead of this slash you can show the division symbol as well. Done. Then the second last statement is subtract 6q from 10z. In algebraic statements of subtraction, I will say subtract is the key term here, and if subtraction statement is there, then you are to look for this term from. This word from is very important. Why? Because whatever is written after from, that is to be written first in the statement. Fine. I always say to my students that look for the term from, and whatever is written after from, that will be written first. So let me write it, 10z. Then you will show the subtraction symbol, and then what is to be subtracted? The term written before from. 6q will be written afterwards. So yes, here it is. This is the algebraic expression for this given statement. Then the last statement is subtract 4 times the positive square root of z from thrice of x. So again, as I have guided you in the previous statement, you are to look for the word from, because the key term here is subtract. So whatever is written after from, that is to be written first. Thrice of x, what does it mean? That you are to write 3 times x, then you will show subtraction symbol, and what is to be subtracted? 4 times the positive square root of z. So it means 4 is to be multiplied with positive square root. Let me show you symbol for it. This is the positive square root, and the value positive square root of z. So z will be written this way, and this is how we are to convert this one. So I am highlighting it, 3x minus 4 times positive square root of z. This is the algebraic statement for this given statement. Yes, this is all about converting algebraic expressions into algebraic statements into algebraic expressions. I hope these things are very much clear to you. What we were supposed to do: definition of algebra, then algebraic terms to understand, and finally expressing algebraic statements into algebraic expression. I hope these all 3 attainment targets are being covered in this lesson and you people have understood them. If you do have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. And if any other further topics are there which you want me to make the video, you are always welcome. Please mention the topics and I'll be making videos on those topics. Thank you so much. See you again.